Good evening. This is Monday, the 24th of November, Thanksgiving week, 2025. And, Thanksgiving is a very important holiday for many. It is that holiday where family gets together, family, like coming together, spending time with one another. Is a time of year where a lot of family members are seeing each other for the first time when it comes to those that have gone off to college, particularly those that have gone on to college out of state. They're coming back, and this will be their first time spending time with their family, and that is during the holiday season. It's also a time where the community, really comes together to do for others, and that's very important too, because we're experiencing some interesting times right now. And as a result of that, there are a lot of community initiatives that are going on this week and all the way through the holiday season. And for that, I'm going to focus today's show on those initiatives that will be taking place between now and the end of the year. And it's also to re-emphasize the point about how important the community and the village is. And that being said, it's all about looking after your fellow man. Last week I had on my show my good friends, Keith Bates. Bingo Hoss is what a lot of people know him as. This is a young man I grew up with, have known for quite a long time. He had an event this past Saturday, Changemakers, and that was a monumental success. It took place over in the Cass Park area, Detroit, West Side, technically, downtown area. Depends on your perspective of understanding that the West Side and the East Side is divided by Woodward Avenue. And since it was on the west side of Woodward, it is considered the West Side. That event was was a monumental success. And I want to give a shout out to Mr. Ronald Lightfoot. Ronald Lightfoot is the chief operating officer, of Changemakers. Changemakers is a national organization. He drove all the way from Chicago to support his brother in arms, Keith Bates. And without a doubt, my other guest last week was Harry Todd, the immediate past president of the Gamma Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha, the alumni chapter in Detroit, Michigan. He is a graduate of Western Michigan University. That's where he went over and pledged the Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity, and just a good friend. We also went to Miller together. We also went to Cranbrook together with the Cranbrook Horizons Upward Bound program. Good evening, Ms. Sheridan. Good to see you joining me this evening. And his event is an annual event. Jive Turkeys is looking out for the community. He said something very poignant last week that a lot of people need to understand. He said that, his success with the organization that he founded will become a monumental success when he don't have to give out turkeys, which means that the community will be able to take care of itself. And it always bothers me, not just during the holiday season, but just all year round, that we are the so-called greatest nation in the world, but we have to continuously have these many, many initiatives to assist our fellow man. And and don't get me started on how the veterans, so many of them are homeless. These are individuals, men, women, that went to defend this country to give us the ability and the right to continue to be free from harm from other countries and other threats. And a lot of these men and women come home and end up homeless, suffering from post-traumatic stress syndrome, other mental illnesses. Because, I can't imagine some of the things that they saw, particularly those that went into combat. So, again, this time of year is very important. Miss Sheila, how you doing? Will Martin, happy holidays to you as well. And I agree with you, Miss Sheila. Last week's show was very meaningful, and it touched someone so amazingly and impactfully that they created their own platform. They already had that platform in the works. And one of the motivating factors for the first piece of information under the Aria Grace platform was a tribute to last week's show and how much myself, Keith, and Harry talked about the village. Good evening, Angela Browder, and that's who is the creator of Aria Grace, and she put together something as a tribute to last week's show. That's just how impactful it was. And it wasn't just last week's show. We just happened to touch on what happened in Chicago, last week. And that's still a topic of conversation. There's another hot topic of conversation that went viral also recently. A male student down in Morehouse assaulted, and if you saw the video, that was an assault, assaulted a female student from Clark Atlanta University. And it just started simply because she asked to apologize for stepping on her shoe as they were on the bus shuttle. I'm not sure if it was a bus, Atlanta transit bus, or if it was a shuttle bus that transport people within the Atlanta University Center, which includes Morris Brown, Atlanta University, Clark Atlanta University, Spelman, as well as Morehouse. So again, I'm not sure, but both presidents of the universities have come out to make a statement with regards to that situation. The president of Clark Atlanta University spoke about how important it is for their students, male, female, and so forth, to be protected. And what he saw in the video was very disturbing to him. And the president of Morehouse talked about the character flaws as it relates to what he saw. Not saying that the individual lacked character, but it was definitely something that is not representative of Morehouse College. And a frat brother of mine, Brother Maxie, he posted something on it, as well as another frat brother of mine, attorney Chuck Hobbs down in Florida, posted something as well, stating that that is not indicative of what a Morehouse man is about. Because again, he literally, the young lady was, rather petite, and he was a nice sized guy, not a big guy, but he actually lifted her up off her feet to choke her. And initially his girlfriend and himself were on the bus engaging in public acts of affection. And the young lady just happened to not want to see that. She moved, the Clark Atlanta University student moved to another seat on the bus shuttle. And as they were getting off, that's when the stepping of the shoe happened. His girlfriend confronted her. Allegedly, the girlfriend made a comment, handle that bay. And for those of you who do not know the word or the acronym BAY, what it stands for, that's before anyone else, is my understanding. And so he took it upon himself to, I guess, stand up for his woman, which was ridiculous because all the young lady was asking for was an apology for him stepping on her shoe. And it went to a whole new level. Now this individual will most likely be charged with an assault. And we have far too many brothers already before the criminal justice system for, ridiculous acts of violence and whatnot. And it's just unfortunate. It's just like the situation with the shootings at these Christmas lighting ceremonies, or tree lighting. Let me say tree lighting as opposed to Christmas, because everyone does not celebrate Christmas. So at these tree lighting ceremonies in North Carolina, there was an incident in Texas. There was also an incident in Chicago and another one right here in Michigan in Clinton Township. People, I have no idea what's going on, but these guns speaks to the dysfunction in the community, speaks to the dysfunction of the individuals. But most importantly, it speaks to the cowardice of all these individuals that cannot conduct themselves through the normal channels of discourse. And some of these situations are not even discourse. It's just Negroes and people, white, black, Asian, whatever, just feeling the need to, pull out a gun, which speaks to the cowardice of what's going on in this nation and the people that live in this nation. It's no different than people driving on the freeway and getting into a situation, shooting people that they do not know. A friend of mine that I grew up with, him and his son were injured over the summer driving down I-96, which is a freeway thoroughfare in Detroit. It goes from, runs north to east. Excuse me, runs east to west. And, he coming home one night, picking his son up from work, and they were shot at. I mean, so come on, people. This nonsense has got to stop. You see, William Martin, another statement. Babies making babies. That's part of the problem. From the womb to the tomb, babies making babies. And that's a lyric from a song by the late, great Sly Stone. And something has to give. I mean, this behavior is just ridiculous. But I have to give a hats off to the Detroit Police Department, because there was a lot of chatter on social media that the tree lighting ceremony this past Friday, November 21st in Detroit, Michigan, would result in a mass shooting. Fortunately, Chief Bettison and his team of commanders, lieutenants, captains, and the rank and file was able to ward off such an attack, because these lunatics, these dysfunctional lunatics, are putting their plans on social media. And they fail to realize that not only is their phone a GPS device, but their computers, even if they're using their phones to post information, those two are GPS devices. But more importantly, for computers and phones, if you're posting it by way of an email or social media, there's an IP address. So they may not find you now, they may not find you tomorrow, but eventually, if you posting ignorant shit, they will find you. Let me see. I'm not sure. 1721, the hominy. Thanks for joining us this evening. Dearborn Mayor is paying its residents to have babies. Is this something new? This is my first time hearing about that, the hominy, so I can look into that and have an answer for you next week. That is a very interesting concept. Mr. 1213, good evening. Thanks for joining. And also, we always, with any production on the Detroit in Black and White channel, we ask you to like, subscribe, and share, be it my show, Reality Strikes, the regular Detroit in Black and White that airs on Wednesday and Friday evenings, in addition to Saturday morning, as well as the week that was with Alan Lango, which airs on Fridays at 11:30 a.m. Whenever you join us, we do ask that you like, subscribe, and share. So again, this show is dedicated to the numerous events that will be taking place between now and the end of the year. Fellow man helping their fellow man during these trying times. And one of the big events that's coming up tomorrow is an All-Star Give Back 2025. And this is something that would be hosted in conjunction with the Detroit 8th Precinct. And that's over in the Southwest Detroit area, if I'm not mistaken. This event is being co-sponsored by the DMC, Mix 92.3. I am Derek, WJLB, FM 98. It's quite a few. This is a big event. This takes place tomorrow, beginning at 11 a.m. Yeah, it is on the west side, but it's not. The 8th Precinct is not where I thought it was. 21555 West McNichols Road, Detroit, Michigan. Walkers are welcome. Drive up starts to get first preference. And it's important they say walkers are welcome, because a lot of the events that took place this past weekend, and I do know that Jive Turkeys, they were asking that you be in the car. I know Detroit Kappa Alpha Psi Alumni Chapter, they hosted their annual turkey giveaway in conjunction with City Council President mayor-elect now, Mary Sheffield, over on the east side of Detroit. And one of the things that the Detroit Kappas did, they took it upon themselves to canvass the neighborhood first to see who was in, and they actually walked turkeys and delivered them to the addresses of those that signed up. They didn't have to come walk and wait in line. They didn't have to drive up. The members of Kappa Alpha Psi, and I'm sure in conjunction with the staff of Council President Mary Sheffield, mayor-elect, also assisted in walking the turkey baskets to the individuals in the neighborhood that is near and around the vicinity of the Kappa Foundation building, which is over on the east side on Sylvester Street. Another sponsor for the event tomorrow, STAND, and I'm not sure exactly what that acronym stands for, but it's STAAND. I mentioned I Am Derek. I did want to get the other organization out. It's in very small print. Detroit Chapter of Legends, whatever organization that is. And then you also have the event is called an All-Star Give Back. And again, Detroit 8th Precinct. And the other sponsor of the event is another organization I can't read the writing, is on the west side. Thanks for joining me this evening, Cynthia Johnson. Yes, right. You know, the police station is on the northwest side. One of the co-hosts for Detroit in Black and White, the Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday edition, Attorney Vanessa Moss is joining us this evening. And Mr. 1213 stated that I think that Rivertown Market was giving away turkeys last week. And so hats off to Rivertown Market. They gave away turkeys last week, job turkeys. True Worship Church over on the east side, right off Chandler Park Drive near Dickerson. After I left the Changemakers event, I went to go help them get their baskets together for their church members as well as the community. And that took place on Saturday. Some baskets were given out on Saturday. The rest were given out on Sunday after service yesterday. So, yeah, a lot of people are doing a lot of things. You also have the Detroit Black Caucus Foundation. They did a turkey drive either Saturday or yesterday, one or the other, Saturday or yesterday. Then out of Ypsilanti, they had a turkey drive with the former U of M running back great, now playing for the Los Angeles Rams, Blake Corum, and that was done in conjunction with the Supreme Felons organization out in the Ypsilanti area. And yes, Vanessa, for some reason I have a double screen up. I'm not sure what's that about. And you asked me, is this what my screen show? Let me see. No, actually my screen shows myself in a double screen, a large screen and a small screen. That's what it's showing right now. Let me see if I go out and come right back in, see what happens. Hold on 1 second, people. One of the issues that the regular broadcast of Detroit in Black and White was facing last week. Let me see, I'm being asked to press the little box on the side. Okay, that's the little box. Okay, I pressed it, just made it smaller, but smaller with two small screens. You say press the box near the double screen. Oh, that's when I press. Oh, that really took me out. Now I cannot see the comments. Let's see if I hit escape again, see what happens. Okay, I do have the comments back. Not sure what's going on. So Dominique Richmond says that Two Broadcasting is confused. I think I'm on the right one now. Good evening. Well, there's two. I mean, it runs simultaneously. Dominique Richard, you can watch it on YouTube. You can also watch it on Facebook live. And I just got a message on Facebook. It looks good, so it must be a YouTube issue. And I'll tug along and, again, just continue to talk about the events that are coming up this week, as well as through the remainder of the holiday season. There's another giveaway tomorrow. Please join Epic Health for Turkey Tuesday, November 25th from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Turkey dinner giveaway. There will also be a resource fair. Epic Health is located on West Davison at 4059 West Davison Street. Zip code is 48238. And the partners for that is Focus Hope, the City of Detroit, the United Way. And these dinners will be given away while supplies last. And that's Detroit at Work is one of the co-sponsors of it, as well as the City of Detroit itself. And again, there will be a resource fair in conjunction with the giveaways, turkey dinner giveaway tomorrow. Then we have on Thursday, November 27th, free Thanksgiving Day dinner, Linwood and Taylor, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., sponsored by the men of Claremont and Taylor and The Lot. And that's The Lot, DALLOT. Again, Thursday, November 27th. Donations and volunteers are appreciated. You can contact Darnez, DARNEZ at 313-801-6083. Again, 313-801-6083. Free Thanksgiving Day dinner, Linwood and Taylor, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, November 27th. You can contact Darnez, 313-801-6083. Later on in the season, the Hope United Methodist Church, located at 26275 Northwestern Highway in Southfield, Michigan. They will be having a kids-only winter wonderland Sunday, December 14th from 2 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. A holiday shopping extravaganza. Santa Elves will help children ages 5 to 11 shop for their family. They will be able to choose from a variety of gifts, all for under $5 each, as well as get a free picture with Santa Claus at the church on that day. And again, that's December the 14th, Sunday, a holiday shopping extravaganza, kids only, winter wonderland, Hope United Methodist Church. The church is located at 26275 Northwestern Highway, Southfield, Michigan. And the church is led by and is under the leadership of the Reverend Dr. B. Kevin Smalls. He is the senior pastor over at the Hope United Methodist Church. Another event that I will be participating in on Thursday will take place on the 27th from 8 a.m. to 12 noon. Myself and some of my 100 Black Men of Greater Detroit members will be at First Baptist Institutional Church, 17101 West 7 Mile in Detroit, Michigan. Will be a plated dinner. This is their 6th annual 1% Thanksgiving giveaway. 1,000 meals will be provided. Beverages will include water and cans of pop. The menu items are green beans, turkey, macaroni and cheese, candied yams, mashed potatoes, baked beans, pasta salads, cookies, and chips. Again, this is at the First Baptist Institutional Church, 17101 West 7 Mile. And someone was on, I didn't see it, I saw a reel of it, but someone was on Fox 2 News talking about this event either today or yesterday. Again, I saw the reel of it, so I'm not sure if it was today or yesterday, letting the community know about this event. Again, this is a 1% Better Nation event, November 27th, 2025, 8 a.m. to 12 noon, First Baptist Institutional Church. 1,000 meals will be provided. You can come to 17101 West 7 Mile Road, Detroit, Michigan, 48235. And 100 Black Men of Greater Detroit are not the only ones that will be giving up our time on this day. There are some other organizations that will be there. They are still looking for volunteers. And if you would like to learn more about this initiative, you could contact Keon Clinton, 248-606-1225. Again, 248-606-1225. He is a member of the 100 Black Men of Greater Detroit. You can also contact Tawana Langford at 313-835-5477. And if you would like to make a donation, they are accepting donations via Cash App at $1% Better LLC. They also are accepting contributions by way of Zelle at 248-606-1225. Again, 248-606-1225. And this is just amazing to, learn and hear about all the organizations in the Detroit metropolitan area that are, making lives for the residents in the community. And the community is all the Southeast Michigan area, because Detroit is not the only area where you have some issues of people struggling and just need that assistance. So if you have time on your schedule to either volunteer, make a donation, please do so. This is a time of year where a helping hand is needed by so many to be able to enjoy and have a good holiday season. On a different note, there is a scholarship opportunity for the 2025-2026 school year for college students. 2 $5,000 scholarships will be given away by the Oakland County Bar Foundation. Again, Oakland County Bar Association. The scholarship is the Diversity in Legal Profession Scholarship Fund. It was recently established through a partnership of the Oakland County Bar Association and Oakland County Bar Foundation to provide more opportunities for students from diverse programs and backgrounds to pursue a career in law. 2 $5,000 scholarships are available for high school seniors graduating in the spring of 2026 who are interested in attending law school down the road. You can get in touch with this organization at 248-334-3400, 248-334-3400. You can also reach out to them by way of snail mail at 1760 South Telegraph Road, Suite 100. Again, 1720 South Telegraph Road, Suite 100. That's Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, 48302. You can also reach out by way of email. And that email information is KTILLINGER@ocba.org. So KTillinger@ocba.org. KTILLINGER@ocba.org. And this is for those interested in law. They will be giving away 2 $5,000 scholarships for the 2025-2026 senior class that will be graduating next spring. So between May and June. The eligibility criteria is you must be an Oakland County resident, have an interest in law school, graduating from high school in the spring of 2026. No minimum GPA is required, but a strong academic performance and participation in extracurricular activities will be considered, and also financial need is considered. The deadline for this is January 30th, 2026 by 11:59 p.m. Again, January 30th, 2026, 11:59 p.m., and you will need one letter of recommendation along with your official transcript. So these are some great initiatives for the community to learn about getting assistance and how you can get assistance in addition to information about scholarships. Another initiative will be sponsored by the Black Caucus Foundation of Michigan. They are having a Toys for Tots toy drive, and the foundation is a proud supporter of the Toys for Tots program, and they just asking you to bring a new toy and drop off at their location, and they will be accepting toys through December 18th, 2025. They are located at 660 Woodward Avenue, Suite 450E. Again, 660 Woodward Avenue in downtown Detroit, Suite 450E, Detroit, Michigan, 48226. And you need more information, you can contact the executive director of the program, Dr. Shanice Johnson, at 313-285-9234. Again, 313-285-9234. And I'll go over all of these events as the show goes on. And then the next event is something that's being sponsored by Black Leaders Detroit. They do this event every year on the Avenue of Fashions, and that's over on Livernois on November 28th, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. They call it the Black Friday giveaway, and that giveaway will be gift certificates that the Black Leaders Detroit will be providing to those on a first come, first served basis. And you will be able to use those gift certificates. And in the past, it's been like a $25, $50 value for those gift certificates. But these gift certificates will be able to be used at the Bomb Taco, the Energy Zone, Turkey Heaven, Joe's Gallery, Love Travels Import, Simply Casual, Tontis Cosmetics, Teasers Boutique, 313, which is a take on 313, Wayne McGibbon Clothier. So again, the gift cards that will be given out in his while supplies last are on the Avenue of Fashions in the Livernois area, and the Bomb Taco, the Energy Zone, Turkey Heaven, Joe's Gallery, Love Travels Imports, Simply Casual, Tontis Cosmetics, Teasers Boutique, 313, and Wayne McGibbon Clothier is where you will be able to use the gift certificate that will be passed out on this upcoming Friday. This event is an annual event, an annual Black Friday event that's sponsored by Black Leaders Detroit. And you can become a leader. You become a member of Black Leaders Detroit by going to or emailing them at blackleaderdetroit.org. Again, blackleaderdetroit.org. You can find out more information about the organization as well as you yourself becoming a member. And all it takes to become a member of Black Leader Detroit is because they give back to the community. They give back to Detroit businesses, Detroit nonprofits, Detroit civic organizations, and you will be giving back to those same organizations because all it takes to become a member of Black Leader Detroit is to make a commitment of giving $1 a week to the organization. So that's $52 a year that you will be committing to giving Black Leaders Detroit to help make the community, businesses, nonprofits, as well as many other organizations perform and do better based on the contributions that the citizens make by becoming a member of Black Leader Detroit. Black Leader Detroit is also one of the organizations, actually was the first organization in the area to start having Juneteenth events. I am a proud member of the Black Leader Detroit Juneteenth Committee. This will be my fourth year being a member, and it is one of the most amazing committees that I'm involved with, and I'm involved in quite a lot of things. But this committee here is a very important event. Last year we had in the past, the event has been held on Livernois, the Avenue of Fashions, and it also has been held at Walker Rec Center, which is on 12th Avenue in Detroit. So try to get around to be in different areas. Fingers crossed that next year's event will be held at the new Ralph Wilson Foundation Park over in that's Southwest Detroit, because it's behind the post office, bordering as you get near the Mexican Village, Mexican Town area. So I think that would be considered Southwest Detroit, but it's right near or right behind the main post office on 4th Street, not too far from Wayne County Community College District downtown campus, as well as the Rivertown apartment complex right off the river. You can't miss it. I haven't been there yet. I've only seen pictures of it. I've seen drawings of it previously when they were still building it, and hopefully that will be the location for the 2026 Juneteenth event in Detroit, Michigan. There will be numerous Juneteenth events, but the Black Leaders Detroit Juneteenth event is, in my opinion, the premier Juneteenth event in the metropolitan Detroit area. It usually encompasses a three-day event starting on Friday and going all the way into having the main event on Saturday, where the community comes out. And then you have an event that's usually done in partnership with a few other organizations on that Sunday. So look forward to seeing everyone this year. And if you have any stories, or even if you have any information about organizations that you might be familiar with that will be providing for the community, turkey basket giveaways, food baskets, or anything of the like, then let me know and I will share it with the audience, or you can type it into the comments section. And there's an organization that I happened to meet when I was at the Changemakers event this past Saturday. They're out of Brownstown Township, and they come to Cass Park regularly. They will be down there for 2 Saturdays in the month of December, and that would be December the 6th and December the 20th. Again, they would be in Cass Park, feeding the homeless, clothing the homeless, and providing good words from the book to the homeless to give them some inspiration. And the next 2 Saturdays that they will be in Cass Park, December 6th and December 20th, there's no telling what the weather's going to be like. So if you have any warm clothing, sleeping bags, blankets that you would like to provide, just show up at Cass Park on December the 6th, ask for the HOSA organization, and you will be able to be directed to where you can drop off your contributions to help the homeless in Cass Park on December the 6th and December the 20th. So there's a lot going on during these trying times, and whatever you can do to do your part to play a role to assist, just be that benevolent person, because all these organizations that I mentioned, this is not what they do just during the time of the holiday season. This is what they do all year round. Even though Jive Turkeys, that was on last week, he has his main event the Saturday before Thanksgiving. Brother Todd, Harry Todd, does events all year round to raise money as well as bring awareness. There's a few times throughout the year he will show up at a gas station and hand out gas cards, and If not hand out gas cards, him and his crew will pump gas for people free of charge. Keith Bates Changemakers. Again, he does events all year round. He did a recent back to school event back in late August. He had some of his players. He's an assistant coach over at Martin Luther King High School basketball. Been coaching for I think the last 28 years. So he had some of his players come out to assist him. Just like this past Saturday in the previous Changemakers event, Keith Bates is a legend in the athletic space in Detroit. So he had some of his former teammates come out to assist. I think it was back in February when we were down in Cass Park. Grant Long, my fellow Eastern Michigan Huron, now Eastern Michigan Eagles, he came out in support. You had quite a few brothers. Terrence Wheeler, Terrence Wheeler is one of the persons involved in the event that's taking place tomorrow over in the 8th precinct. And I will have Terrence Wheeler on my show, if not next week, the week after. And I forgot which date we agreed on, but yes, Terrence Wheeler will be coming to Detroit in Black and White Presents Reality Strikes with Eric Brown, telling you about the numerous and many things that the All-Star Give Back organization does to assist in the community all year round, not just in Detroit. I know in the Downriver, River Rouge area, they do a lot out there as well, Ecor. So they definitely are doing it big just based on some of the sponsors that they have. I Am Derek, and I think that's Derek Comic. I know him and T. Will. That's how many people know Terrence Wheeler. He's very involved with this All-Star Give Back. You have the DTE Foundation, Mix 92.3, WJLB, City of Detroit, Detroit Medical Center, Stan. So you have quite a few people involved with this event tomorrow. And again, it is from 11 o'clock until. They don't have an end time, so that until means that until they run out of things to give away. They will be accepting volunteers. And you can arrive as early as 11 a.m. You can arrive as early as 10 a.m. If you have the capacity and bandwidth to assist tomorrow, they will be at 21555 West McNichols Road. And that's 6 Mile for those unfamiliar with the lingo of interchangeable street names in Detroit. West McNichols and 6 Mile is one and the same. Good evening, Derek Henry. Glad that you could join us this evening. No apologies for being late. I'm just glad you're here. So a lot going on. If you have an opportunity to play a role, you can do that. Again, the All-Star Give Back tomorrow, 11 a.m., 8th Precinct, DPD, 21555 West McNichols Avenue, West McNichols Road, which is 6 Mile. You have the Epic Health Turkey Tuesday tomorrow from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Turkey dinner giveaway, as well as a resource fair, and that will take place at 4059 West Davidson Street in Detroit, Michigan. That's presented by United Way of Southeast Michigan, Detroit at Work, the City of Detroit, and Focus Hope. Then you have a free Thanksgiving Day dinner that will be taking place on Linwood and Taylor at 11 p.m., starting at 11 a.m., ending at 2 p.m. That's being sponsored by the Men of Claremont and Taylor, as well as The Lot. Thursday, the 27th of November. More information, you can contact Darnez at 313-801-6083. Thank you, Ms. Sheila. Yeah, it is very informative, and it's important to get this information out to the community. The Kids Only Winter Wonderland, and I received this information from former news reporter, my friend, Charlene Mitchell. And this will be taking place on Sunday, December the 14th at Hope United Methodist Church. Hope United Methodist Church is located at 26275 Northwestern Highway, Southfield, Michigan. This event will take place from 2 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. And it's all about the kids and give them opportunity to shop for their family members and friends. Ages are from 5 to 11. A variety of gifts will be available for $5, and they will also have an opportunity to take a picture with Santa. I'm assuming a black Santa, considering the demographics of the church. The 1% Better 6th Annual Thanksgiving giveaway will take place also on Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, from 8 a.m. to 12 noon. 1,000 meals will be provided. That will take place at First Baptist Institutional Church, and that's at 17101 West 7 Mile Road in Detroit, Michigan. There will be a plethora of volunteers there. I'm proud to say that the 100 Black Men, of which I am a member and board member of, will be assisting at this event on Thursday, the 27th, from 8 a.m. to 12 noon. And I mentioned the scholarship opportunities for high school graduating seniors that are interested in a future in law. That this scholarship, two $5,000 scholarships, will be given away. Deadline to submit your application, January 30th, 2026 at 11:59 p.m., meaning it must be postmarked stating 11:59 or earlier. Anything that says 12 midnight, now I can say 12 midnight on January 30th, that would be fine. But anything that says 12 midnight, that then becomes January 31st, and you will be ineligible for the scholarship due to not submitting your paperwork and scholarship information timely. Then there is the Black Caucus Foundation of Michigan. They are sponsoring a Toys for Tots toy drive through the 16th of December. You can drop off any toys at their headquarters at 660 Woodward Avenue, Suite 450E, and that's E as in Eric. That is in downtown Detroit. More information, you can reach out to the executive director, Dr. Shanice Johnson, at 313-285-9234. And then the annual event that is sponsored by Black Leaders Detroit, they will be giving away gift certificates on Black Friday, beginning at 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. or while supplies last. The gift certificates can be used at the following businesses on the Avenue of Fashion: The Bomb Taco, The Energy Zone, Turkey Heaven, Joe's Gallery, Love Travels and Import, Simply Casual, Tontus Cosmetics, Teasers Boutique, 313, which is a take on the area code for Detroit, which it would not be a new area code. I forgot, 859, I think. And then Wayne McGibbon Clothier. Those are the 10 establishments that will be accepting the gift certificates. If there are more that will be a part of this, you will find out when you pick up your gift certificate starting at 11 a.m. on November 28th. And this event is sponsored by Black Leaders Detroit. They do this annually. It's a big to-do, so if you could get out after having a wonderful dinner where you stuffed yourself on Thanksgiving Day, find your way over to the Avenue of Fashion. Now, the exact location of where the gift certificates will be given out is not listed. I'm assuming it's probably one of the 10 businesses, but if not, I'm sure they will have a prime location for people to know exactly where they could come receive their gift certificate. I'm not sure of the dollar value of that gift certificate. I know in the past it has been as much as $50. So again, while supplies last, on Friday, November 28th, Black Friday. And in addition to that, Black Leaders Detroit is also very involved with Saturday's event, which is Black Business Saturday. What Black Leaders Detroit is encouraging the citizens of Detroit to do is save some of that money you would have used at the malls on Black Friday for the Black businesses throughout the city of Detroit, and find a Black business that you can support on Black Business Saturday and give them some of your hard-earned money as well. And that is something that will be taking place throughout metropolitan Detroit. Black Leaders Detroit is sponsoring and very involved with the Detroit arm of Black Business Saturday. But for businesses in Southfield, Ypsilanti, Livonia, Farmington Hills, Farmington, Oak Park, Ferndale, please support those Black businesses that you are aware of on Black Business Saturday. So a lot going on. And again, if any of the viewers, which I thank you all for watching and listening this evening, have any information you can provide that I can provide to the audience, please send that information to me or just drop it in the chat. And I will be providing information throughout the whole month of December up to the last show I do before Christmas, which would be on December 22nd, because Christmas is on a Thursday, December 25th. So all the way through December 22nd, the next 3 weeks, I will be providing information. Next 4 weeks, actually. So December 1st, December 8th, December 15th, and December 22nd. Any information that I get, I will be providing to the listening, viewing audience, because I do know that a couple of the organizations that were at the Changemakers event plan on getting me information as well as being guests on my show over the next 4 weeks. So look forward to that. Looking forward to the conversation with Terrence Wheeler coming up either next week, the 1st, or December the 8th. Again, I have to look at my notes to see what date we decided to go with. As far as you, the listening, viewing audience, let me know what some of your plans are for Thanksgiving Thursday. Thanksgiving is more of a traditional family get-together holiday. People coming from out of town, students returning back from college, some for the first time since they left last August and September. So it's always good to see family members once they are returning home from college, particularly the first year students. You want to know how that first semester is going for them so far. And if they're having too much fun or not enough fun because they're studying. Hopefully it's the latter as opposed to the former, because the former situation gets you in a lot of trouble and you may not be asked to come back for a second semester. And if you come back for a second semester and you do the same thing you were doing the first semester, you definitely will not be asked to come back next fall. You'll be asked to go somewhere else and waste time and money until you get yourself together and show that you are committed to being on a college campus, doing what you were sent to do there, either by your own desire or by your parents or guardians that wanted a better life for yourself. And as far as, these incidents that took place across the country, these shootings at these tree lighting ceremonies, this is just, unbelievable. I know in Chicago, one was killed and I think up to 8 people were injured, though there were other injuries related to, once you hear a gunshot go off, people are running. So a lot of injuries, as many as 300 from people running away. But as far as in the immediate area where the gunfire took place, there were 8 people injured. 1 person lost their life, and that's very unfortunate. The Clinton Township situation right here in Michigan yesterday, about 7:15 is when that jumped off. The person that was shot is still in the hospital. As far as I know, I'm not aware of any assailant being caught yet. And if you know that, those of you that are watching, please share that information. But as far as I know, I don't think, last I heard, no one had been caught. Then you had a situation in Texas, a situation in North Carolina, same thing, tree lighting. The one time where people are kicking off the holiday season, groups of people coming together to enjoy the evening, the festivities, and you're always going to have at least 1 or 2 bad apples for whatever reason. some dysfunctional person feel the need to cause chaos. But again, I have to, go back to, my man, Chief Todd Bettison. They had things in order. They were able to track down a person or persons that had threatened to cause harm at the Detroit tree lighting ceremony downtown and at Cactus Marshes. And that was thwarted. So kudos to the Detroit Police Department for preventing a possible catastrophe on Friday, November 21st. Unfortunately, in Chicago, Clinton Township, and I mentioned North Carolina and Texas because I forget which cities those incidents took place in, so I'm just naming the state. But still, it's unfortunate that family in the community could not come out for such a special occasion without that type of chaos ruining it for everyone. And Mr. 1213, I'm glad that Detroit was up on their tree lighting. Yeah, I agree with you, Mr. 1213. Chief Bettison and his team did a very good job. And it wasn't just the Detroit Police Department. It was Michigan State Police, Wayne County Sheriff, DEA, ATF, and the FBI that came together to ensure that things went off without a hitch in Detroit. So kudos to all those law enforcement agencies that came together for a common goal and good to prevent a catastrophe from happening, because the threats were real. I know that because I've seen information about it, so it wasn't a hoax. And as a result of people being arrested, that goes to show it was not a hoax. So again, kudos to the law enforcement agencies in and around the Detroit metropolitan area that came together to prevent a catastrophe from happening. And again, hats off to Chief Bettison for doing his part, because I did see an interview with him and Glenda Lewis. Glenda Lewis is one of the evening anchors on the ABC affiliate here in Detroit. And he let it be known right then and there during that interview that everything was going to be okay in Detroit. He did mention that there were some threats, but they were able to avert the threats, and boom, was fine. So kudos. Hopefully the cybersecurity forces within the police department will do and continue to do their job to ensure that they provide safe spaces for the citizens in and around Detroit, as well as the suburban communities, to prevent what happened in Clinton Township from happening again, to prevent what happened in Chicago from happening here in Detroit, and to prevent what happened in Texas, North Carolina from happening in Detroit, as well as the surrounding community. I know the city of Rochester had their light kickoff event tonight. Have not received any bad news, so I take it that everything went off without a hitch. So good thing. And before I go, I have a couple of minutes. I do have to bring up the game. And for those of you that do not know what the game is, that would be the Ohio State University annual football rivalry that takes place this Saturday. Kickoff is at 12:14 p.m., but it will also air live on the Fox network. So here in Detroit, that would be Fox 2, 12:14. Broadcast starts at 12 o'clock, but the broadcast starts actually before that, because ESPN will be bringing their game day crew here, and that kicks off at 9 a.m. And then the big noon kickoff will also be here in Ann Arbor, and that starts at 10 o'clock. And from there, they will broadcast the game live. So a lot of things happening, going on. But remember, the most important thing is to look out for your fellow man and the various events of benevolence that are taking place. The Black Friday giveaway, sponsored by Black Leaders Detroit. That's from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. while supplies last on November 28th. Then you have the toy drive. That's all the way through December 16th. That's sponsored by the Black Caucus Foundation of Michigan. Donations can be dropped off. So donations being toys can be dropped off at 660 Woodward Avenue, Suite 450E, downtown Detroit. The two scholarships that are being sponsored by the Oakland County Bar Foundation, 2 $5,000 scholarships. The 1% Better organization will be presenting their 6th annual turkey giveaway, 1,000 free meals on November 27th. You have the free Thanksgiving Day dinner that will be taking place on Linwood and Taylor, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Thanksgiving Day. Then you have the Kids Wonderland event that will be taking place on December 14th over at Hope United Methodist Church in Southfield, Michigan. The address for that location is 26275, and that event will be taking place from 2 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. And tomorrow also you have the All-Star Give Back that starts at 11 a.m. That is being sponsored by a wealth of organizations. And the 8th precinct is where this will be taking place, 21555 West McNichols Road. And finally, Epic Health will have their Turkey Tuesday tomorrow at 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. And that's at the Epic Health Center on West Davidson, 4059 West Davidson Street in Detroit. So thank you all for joining me this evening. Enjoy the rest of your week. You're welcome, Ira Todd. Thanks for joining me as well this evening. Hope you have a safe holiday down there in Florida. I'm assuming you're still in Florida and not here visiting family for the holidays. So again, thank you for joining me. Thank everyone else for joining. Thank you all. And again, thank you, Angela Browder, for being so inspired by last week's show that included my man, Keith Bates, myself, and Harry Todd to create a platform to go along with your platform. Aria Grace, appreciate that. And, words cannot describe how much I appreciate it and appreciate you. So thank you a bunch. And when I'm able to share that, what was created, I will on this platform, as well as the regular Detroit in Black and White platform. Again, it's very inspirational, and it means a lot to me to talk about the village and how important the village is. And next week, I'll be coming back to have, in addition to talking about the giving in assistance of the community from the people, they just released another report on schools in Michigan, and some schools came off the list of underperforming, and that's a good thing, but we need to know exactly what, and I will tell you all what got them on the list, what got them on the list. This list comes out every 3 years, so it's good that they are off the list. Now, the key is that they do not return to the list, and I'll talk about that more next week. So until then, enjoy your Thanksgiving week. Enjoy your Thanksgiving holiday with your family. Good luck to Cass Tech High School on Saturday. I think that's when they play the championship state football game. Good luck to them. And any and everyone in Detroit, get down to Ford Field, support those kids, and support your city because they are representing your city. So Cass Tech, good luck Saturday or whenever you play these state championship games. I'm not sure if it's Saturday or Sunday or Friday. Peace and love to everyone. Enjoy your holidays. Enjoy your time with your family and be that benevolent person and give back to the community. Thank you. Good evening and good night.